I'm very excited about today's show, not because my guest is the son of the great Chuck Norris, but because he has a real heart after God and has been using that passion to produce some great films that honor Christ. Stay tuned and learn all about his journey and the influence his father had in his career today on Faith on Film. Hello and welcome to Faith on Film. Thank you for joining us for today's show. My guest today, Mike Norris, is an actor who has acted in over 24 films. He's the son of the well-known actor and martial arts champion Chuck Norris and his first wife, I hope I say this right, Dianne Holechek. He starred in the 1986 drama film Born American and the 1991 action film Delta Force 3, The Killing Game. Norris and his wife Valerie own Second Fiddle Entertainment movie studio. Through Second Fiddle Entertainment, Norris has written and produced several faith and family films. Mike, welcome to Faith on Film. Did I say your mom's name right?
Yeah, you did.
Fantastic. I have a tendency of messing up names.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, Isaac, I just want to first say thank you so much for having me. We've known each other a long time, man.
Yes, we have.
It's people like you that give filmmakers like me a chance in this business. And I just want to say thank you. And I'm all about your new show, Faith on Film.
Thank you. You know, that is actually the whole purpose of the show, Faith on Film, is really to open this up to filmmakers. Because, you know, the big networks usually only bring in the big superstars of the big movies that just make it into the big screens, and there's a lot of other films that get made, and most people don't ever hear about them. And so I'm really hoping that this program becomes that vehicle where people will get to know about all the other filmmakers that are making great faith and family films, of which you, my friend, are part of that. What I want to do is take this first segment, take about the next 5 minutes or so, and tell us all about you. Now, of course, I just gave your bio, and I let it out. You're the son of Chuck Norris, but this is about you today. So tell us all about you.
Well, I appreciate that, but, really without my dad, and my dad kind of blazing the path he did there is no me. Because the reason I got into this business is because it was what I was exposed to, at a young age, going to the set, seeing my dad, getting interested in what he was doing. And then it was the opportunity that he kind of created for our whole family. I've got a whole family in the film industry. I'm very thankful, and not a day goes by that I'm not very aware that it was my father that kind of blazed this path for all of us. So very, very thankful about that. And also, with my dad, it's important. It was always important for me to make him proud. And as believers, when I was directing Walk Texas Ranger, I was a director on Walk Texas Ranger, I was very aware that this wasn't going to go forever. And it was really, what do I want to do when Walker Texas Ranger is open? And I was kind of known as the Christian on the set, and which I wore that badge proudly. I wore it proudly. But you know what? That kind of, gets me to where I'm at today. I just did a film, Crossroads of Hunter Wild. And so we kind of took that film out, did our own marketing, and sold the DVDs ourselves in-house. And we were going to get a distributor. And so we're kind of in the midst of all of that. And I also kind of felt like I needed to start writing the next project. And it was the weirdest thing, Isaac. Sat down, I go, okay, God, what are we going to do? And I had nothing. Did it again the next day. Okay, God, what are we going to do? Nothing. A week goes by, 2 weeks, a month goes by, and I'm like, man, this is the craziest thing. I've never had writer's block like this. I've always been able to turn out a script. And an interesting thing happened. My wife got diagnosed with cancer, like right in that time. And it just dawned on me, Isaac, that God was giving me nothing so I would have nothing, so I could focus my whole being and my whole life on getting my wife better, which we
Yes.
have. That took all last year. So it was a validating point to me that the Lord is involved with
Yes.
what we're doing.
In total control.
Total control. So I just said, okay, I'm not going to write. Took care of my wife, but kind of a huge blessing kind of transpired through all of that, which is my brother is the stunt coordinator and second unit director on Hawaii Five-0. So I called up my brother and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm not going to be doing any projects this year. I go, can I come work for you in Hawaii on Hawaii Five-0? And he goes, absolutely. So since August of last year, I've been traveling out to Hawaii, working on Hawaii Five-0, Magnum PI.
Suffering for Jesus, I see.
But it's an amazing thing, Isaac. As an independent filmmaker, you're always caught up in the grind. You're always caught up in making payroll, creating, and it's a beautiful thing, but it's a grind. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And so this whole last year, I've been going out to Hawaii. I spend about, 10 days out there. I come home, be with my family, go back out. And it's the craziest thing. You could actually go out and work on something, get paid really well, come home, and like a week later, you go to your mailbox, and there's a check in there. Craziest thing. So,
It's the life.
yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Very thankful and been having the greatest time. But I'm feeling the stirring coming back on what's next in my life.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to take a quick break right now. And then we're going to come back and we're going to find out what that is that's starting to stir in your life right now and you're getting ready to do. All right?
You got it.
Fantastic. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
I never realized how much work goes into taking care of horses.
You think that's hard? Try taking care of thousands of animals at the same time.
Go ahead. Think bigger.
Cell reproduction, more than duplication. It's careful selection and organization, ensuring the perfect balance for development and growth. Powerful, so is our programming. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
I wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing their teeth.
I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Hello and welcome back to Faith on Film. I'm here with my friend Mike Norris. But you know what? Before we go to you, Mike, before I ask you any more questions, I want to check out this trailer of the movie that you're really kind of, your last movie that you produced and that's being released now or just released. You'll tell us more about it, but check out this trailer.
It's been a year since the world fell apart. And when it fell, it went fast.
Everything's falling apart out there.
Preparing for it's one thing. Living it?
Confusion has got a grip on the town.
Why are we still here?
How do you fight something you can't see?
Prayer.
The world turned their back on God a long time ago. Is it not possible God said, enough?
Your Bible can't help you now, can it? We shouldn't have been raptured.
If we close our eyes to what's going on the outside, we're going to wake up and the enemy is going to be right here inside of our gate.
The enemy's not afraid to kill, but it's nothing compared to the battle that's to come.
Is he dying?
We fight against spiritual wickedness in high places.
And our only weapon is prayer.
Call out on your God all you want, but he is mine.
This thing has no authority over you. Fight it!
I want Hunter Wild. We believe it's our greatest prize.
Whoa, that was great.
Yeah, I'm sure you loved it, huh? Now, one thing that I noticed with this is that this is not like your typical Christian movie, and I don't even know anymore. I hate calling movies Christian movies because it really, it's not even a genre. Christian is not a genre. But for sake of argument, this is not your typical faith-based movie.
No, it was kind of interesting. I had about 5 years of just grinding. I did film Missionaire, and then I started on a project called Amerigeddon, which was very much a political thriller kind of thing. We did a theatrical release, but we did everything ourselves pretty much. And it was 2 years of just on the road. I was going to every theater that was showing the movie, and I was going to sit in with, the audience. And there were times when there could be 150, 200 people in the theater. And there was a time, there was one lady in the theater, and I go, well, I'm here. And I sat down next to her. I said, hey, I'm Mike. I directed this film. And we sat there and had a great time. But it was just a grind. And I felt an internal battle within inside of me, and I was maybe trying to analyze things a little too much, but I would say it felt like I was just being pulled in different directions, and I'm wondering, am I really living my life for Jesus right now? Am I really in that space? And so I wanted to, and it was just that time where I needed to sit down and write a film and go make a movie. And but this was really important that I wanted to just do this one all on my own, really. Just, we put up the money, we did it all. And, once again, so I go into the mode where I sit down, I go, okay, Lord, where are we going with this? And what it was about was more kind of like an apocalyptic time. And there was a man that was kind of overseeing a small community of believers, and things just started getting a little out of control, and it was really a demon fighting for his soul, and it was the community praying for him, and then this demon trying to take him. And it's a very narrow story of a man and somebody that just wants to send him to hell, and that spiritual battle. So we did that. I had a great time, put it together. And like I was saying before, we kind of did our own Facebook marketing, got a company that did all the Facebook ad buying. And it just happened to be at a time where Facebook was having a little problems, with something that was last year. And so we did the best we could. And then I go, okay, it's time to find a distributor for this. And And that's when my wife got sick. And so I really just shelved the whole movie for a whole year. I just shelved it. Didn't have the mental bandwidth to really give it what I felt it deserved. So we just gave it to BMG, and they're going to send it out sometime, I think, September, October. We haven't set a date, hard date yet. But I'm excited, I'm excited to get it out there. It's interesting because I always take each project to my dad. I like my dad to, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs sideways. He's never going to give me a thumbs down just because he's my dad. And he watched it and he's like, wow, son, I'm not kidding you. He goes, I think this is the best movie you've ever done. I was just so proud. And we did some stuff we're going to put out there later, him going, hey, this is my son's movie, Crossroads of Hunter Wild. And I think it's the best movie he's ever done. So I was really proud of that. But, sometimes you have to maybe take a step back, reevaluate everything, get the right situation to get it put out there. Because, we're in a transition in this business right now. The DVD market, I've got it's pretty much gone.
It's on life support.
Yeah, and but that's okay. You can't complain about it. You're not going to fight the system. Sure. So it's going to go out there later this year. We'll just I hope people get a chance to see it because it's really, for this one, it's not about the money at all now on this. So I'm just excited to get that out there.
Fantastic.
Are we almost up on our time here?
Well, hey, no, actually, let's take another break and we'll come back and let's talk about something, because I know that Christian films seem to have some kind of just stigma of, if it's a Christian film, it must not be all that good. And let's talk about how maybe we can fight that perception there. Because I know some of the films you've done have been fantastic, and I'm sure this one is gonna, your dad said it. It's one of the best that you've ever done. So we'll come back and talk about that a little bit more. All right?
Yeah.
Fantastic, folks. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Sunflowers. To pollinate and reproduce, they turn and face the sun, nature's way of reminding us that for ultimate growth, we must seek the light. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
I wonder if penguins have knees. I wonder how many colors we can't see. I wonder why there's so many stars in the universe. I wonder if we ever looked like apes.
You want to find out?
I wonder if puppies have belly buttons.
Hello and welcome back to Faith on Film. We're here today with my friend Mike Norris, the son of the great Chuck Norris. Now, I do have a question for you. Are you ever going to get him to act in one of your films?
Well, we did that one together, Bells of Innocence, and I may have to extend the invitation out to him. I got a random call a few months ago. I did a film, 6, 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'm not sure, called I Am Gabriel.
Yes, I remember it.
Yeah, little did I know that thing's kind of taken off a life of its own. It's doing really well on a couple platforms. And so I got a call and somebody inquired, hey, how about doing an I Am Gabriel TV series? I was going, interesting. Boy, angel, Gabriel the messenger. Right. And so I was just going, okay, let me think about it. A couple months goes by. They call again. Hey, can you put together an I Am Gabriel TV series? So, it's to the point with me now that I'm going, okay, obviously a lot of people have seen this movie. A lot of people enjoyed this movie. Maybe I could take that story, advance it 10 years into the future, touch on a lot of subjects that are maybe relevant now. And it was just a ball making that movie. All the usual suspects, Dean Cain, John Schneider, all of them. And they were super great, super fun to work with. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, is really trying to figure out, telling this story over 13 episodes. So I'm going to Florida on vacation on Saturday, and then I come home, and then I go to Hawaii to go to work on Hawaii 5-0. So while I'm on the beach in Waikiki, I'm going to be giving it some serious thought about story ideas.
Well, you do got to have something to think about while you're laying out there in the beach in Hawaii, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think about sunscreen. I think about putting sunscreen on. But in Hawaii, it's such a great thing because my brother's out there, and my brother and I had parallel careers in a way. After Walker, my brother, who really maximized the relationships he made on Walker within the TV. He's done, Hawaii 5-0. What was that motorcycle show that was a big motorcycle show a few years ago? But he's constantly working on the biggest television shows. And I was so proud when I came back from Hawaii the first time, just how people look at my brother and people respect him, and what a great job he does for
this
these
is so
TV
great
series.
to hear.
Yeah, and people love my brother, and I just came back so proud. I'm so proud of him.
That's so nice.
So yeah, it was great. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there in 2 weeks.
Fantastic. Now, how can people get a hold of you in case they maybe just want to find out what you're doing and find out the progress on some of these things? I mean, you want to give out your phone number so they can call you?
Yeah, let me give out my phone number.
Right.
Hold on.
Just a website. A website.
No,
you have a website
we have a website.
Okay.
We have a website, NorrisMovingPictures.com.
Great.
We've got a bunch of information on there, a lot of previous films we've done. And, every day my wife comes in and says, hey, these are for you. People, want to talk to you. And I try to answer as much as I can. I don't have a big social media presence at all. I guess it's something I may want to think about doing someday, but I'm just not a big fan of social media.
Let's see what happens after this show, because this show is huge. I mean, yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Say hello to your wife, Valerie. I follow her on Facebook all the time, and the zaniness that she posts on there all the time. And say hello to your dad. Tell him I'd love to have him on my show. Yeah, like that's going to happen, huh?
Hey,
all right,
Isaac, I love you.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you.
Thank you. Folks, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Cell reproduction, more than duplication. It's careful selection and organization, ensuring the perfect balance for development and growth. Powerful, so is our programming. Parables, the leader in empowering entertainment. Parables. Be empowered. Start your free trial today.
Sight and Sound Theaters invites you to experience one of the most powerful Bible stories ever told.
Samson, you're going to deliver our people from the Philistines.
God gave him the strength to fight thousands.
Where does he get his strength from? Nobody's that strong.
But his greatest challenge will be living with his own choices.
Who are you?
Delilah.
We want you to find out the secret of his strength.
We will destroy Samson.
Playing in Branson for one last encore season. Get ready for a mighty adventure for the whole family.
You are my rock and my strength. Be with me today.
Samson, live on stage at Sight and Sound Theaters in Branson, Missouri.
I wonder how long a dolphin lives. I wonder if they can make cookies in space. I wonder when people started brushing our teeth. I wonder if people and dinosaurs ever lived together.
Want to find out?
I wonder how much a cloud weighs.
Welcome back to Faith on Film. Thank you for joining us today. And I want a big shout out thank you to Mike Norris for joining us today. Maybe hopefully he can help me land his father, Chuck Norris, for an interview. Wouldn't that be awesome? Would you like to hear? You know what? If you want to hear that, why don't you write me an email and let me know I want to hear Chuck Norris, rather, and I'll send it to them and see if we can make it happen. Just write me at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. I got to get these straight. faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. And of course, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at faithonfilmtv. Remember, if you want to have a healthy soul, feed it good, healthy entertainment. Until next week, take care. Episodic stuff, I think, is what's becoming more important, even more so than movies, because people, you want to capture the audience and you want to hold on to them. You don't just want to capture them for a movie and then they're gone. But if you capture them with a series every week, man, now you really got something. I think we should talk offline about this because I think there could be something there that we could do together, perhaps.
Really?
Yes. Are you good working with me?
20 years. After 20 years together, Isaac.
Finally.